Hello, my name is Adele Ann Eberwein, and I am telling a story about a quilt that is hanging in the middle school department at the California School for the Deaf. The quilt was inspired by the quilts made by the Social Justice Sewing Academy, which inspired teachers here at the California School for the Deaf to create one of these quilts during class. This quilt was created and designed by 8th graders, and it focused on activism. We asked students to choose a topic that was of significance and value to them, perhaps based on their personal experiences, based on their research. So they looked into these different activist topics, chose one, designed a square, and then stitched it together. And then with the help of adults, recreated the one large quilt. And you can see that we covers a variety of different topics: immigration, the border, relationships between US and Mexico. There's quilts inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and anti-racist efforts. Some other topics address the need for climate change and environment, how wildfires impact animals, animal rights, the rights to use American Sign Language, the rights to a bilingual education with American Sign Language and written English. There's just so many topics that are covered that were passions of the individual students. While we were making this quilt, the COVID pandemic hit, and our students had to go towards a distance learning model. This was a very difficult experience, and many of our students struggled. One of the quilt squares lower on the quilt is completely blank and represents the learning loss that happened despite the school's best efforts. Whether students chose their squares before or after the pandemic, that experience of identifying their values, understanding what they believe, what is important to them, and what their rights are, was just very powerful.